And we're live. Hey, everybody. Hey, Dr. Gail, Mary. We are long distance now for the first time. We can't play with each other, touch each other, hug each other.
That means there's no one to control me.
That's right. Oh my gosh. I can't stop you. I can't stop you from, I can't do that or anything. But let's say hi to some people that are here. Warrior Girl, hey, how are you doing? Chris, hi. Oop, I I actually tapped yours by mistake. Spirit Watcher, how are you doing?
Well, if you
And
tap it, I can see it on my end.
yeah, and I tapped it by accident. Light Worker, Marlene, yeah, well, I'm on my phone. Hi, White Dragon, Butterfly Kisses. Hey, everybody. Yeah, I'm on my phone, on my computer. I still haven't gotten it yet. Um, and so Mary and I are, of course, across the country from each other now. I'm in Mount Shasta. Mary's in Florence, South Carolina. With her
Yours sounded way more interesting, if I'm being honest.
that was interesting. It was interesting being there, but I do want to say, talk about Starfish, HHI. She has an appointment with you. So, yeah, you're getting booked up with appointments. So, if anybody wants an appointment with Mary, how do they get you?
I would suggest going to www.therusticraven.net. We are already booked up to the beginning of August, so if you know you're going to want a session, go ahead and type that in your web browser and get on over there.
And the phone number, just in case.
843-229-3973.
That's good. And oh crap.
Gail!
Oh, I don't know what I just did. Oh no. Oh no. I'm trying.
So,
trying.
Now that it's the Mary show, there's a few things here I'd like to
I have
correct.
no idea what I just did, but you can hear me though, right?
I can hear you. I'm going to pull a card. I'll give you a second. Maybe I'll tell all of her secrets.
Well, I can hear you. You can tell all you want, but I can hear you.
Yeah, but I can't see you. So out of sight, out of mind kind of thing.
I might have to go back out and come back in because I don't know what I hit. And
Does that mean I have to go out?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. If you're the host.
Well, let me see first if I can get this going. Oh man. Sorry, everybody. I might have to go back out and start all over again because I don't know what just happened. And well, actually, everybody around here says the Lemurians did it. That's what.
They must be working.
Oh,
there you are!
Yay! Yay! I'd have no idea what I just did, but it was me. But as I said, around here they say the Lemurians did it. So I have another excuse with other planets, the stars, whatever. I can say the Lemurians did it. So let me say a few more. Oh, hi, Sharon's Life, Sunny Intuition, Mara, Juno. Hey, everybody. Glad y'all are here. Oh, wow. Juno saying hey to everybody. Thank you, Juno. So let me get my camera set up. I'm in my Airbnb in Mount Shasta, and actually I'm sitting in front of my stove. That's where I'm sitting. And we're all trying to figure out where we should be because this is all new, trying the setup. But anyway, we're first going to talk a little bit about things, and then we're going to go into the community questions, and then we'll go into y'all's questions. But we thought today we would start off talking about negative entities.
Ooh, it's funny because while your screen was blacked out, I pulled the ghost dance card.
Oh, ghost dance card. Yes. Yeah, we're going to do a real quick thing about negative entities because we don't want the show to have that negative feel to it. So as soon as we're going to talk about it a little bit, and then we're going to get out of it and then move on to a more positive direction on answering community questions and then answering y'all's questions. So Mary and I both have been dealing with negative entities forever. That's been part of my practice and her practice. Mine is getting rid of negative implants, getting rid of negative entities, and that's causing putting the implants there. And now my scope of practice, I guess I could say, that sounded too medical. My I am a medical person, so it has extended to that I am getting rid of the negative entities that come to the light workers. That is all of a sudden an attack, and a lot of times it's an attack of a group. And I go in and get rid of it. I have to do it out of multiple people at that time, and it usually comes in with somebody and it attacks a group. And I've been getting some help learning how to do all this from a man that practices shamanism that's in Nova Scotia. He's really experienced in all this type of things. And he recently has helped me get rid of a really negative entity that attacked a group of people. So Mary, I'll let you take it from there.
I guess I do a lot of similar things with removal of attachments and dark beings and lost souls and things like that. I think more recently, just outside of removing them from clients and things like that, more recently, I'm going to say scope of practice because I really liked that term. So my scope.
That's a medical, very medical term.
So for me, more lately, it's been more based around other healers and teachers who have been getting these things and then helping them realize how they can stop it from within, from ever allowing it to attach. I think that the issue that you and I wanted to address was how to stop it when you don't see it coming. A lot of the time we don't see attachments coming, which is how they are able to attach to begin with. Because if we saw them coming, we know how to be able to stop them. But the first line of defense of the body is the skin. So energetically speaking, the first line of defense energetically is your vibrational health and what you've got going on. So making sure that you're not overly tired, that you're caring for your physical body, that your own stuff is being looked at and healed on a regular basis, that you're getting your own energy work done, and your energetic health is top all the time. It's like your first line of defense. And
it's
then
also they have to do the first line of defense, like is raising their vibration, like writing a grateful list and things like that, which both of us are big advocates of doing those kind of things, meditating or whatever that looks like for you to increase your vibration. But the negative entity that comes in that's trying to stop that increase of vibration usually is that exactly what they don't. They don't want you to ascend. And you recently had an experience of that too.
Yeah, it was a few months back. I don't remember exactly when it was, but it was probably the strangest thing, because I'm used to having these sorts of attacks from the time I was a little girl. I remember these things coming into my room, trying to keep my gifts down. Sometimes now they'll come, they really like to come when you're sitting on the toilet or like in the middle of the night when you're really unexpecting. And then you just have to yell at them or do whatever you do to get them to go away. But this most recent experience, I didn't see it coming at all. I didn't even know that it happened until I was just in a state of feeling a lot of anxiety within my chest. And I'm not a very anxious person. Most people who come around me would describe me as fairly calm, regardless of the craziness that I exhibit. Is like a calming energy. And I was having a lot of anxiety type feelings within my chest and feeling very overwhelmed. And Gail looked at me and was like, she called me one day and said, "So you have an attachment, but I took care of it." And this was probably the third day in a row that I had felt those feelings. And the morning that she called me, I woke up and knew that I felt better. And so from your perspective, because I didn't even see it coming, I didn't know that it was there. Like when it attached to me was so different than all the other things I was used to dealing with, that it was almost like it blocked my vision or clouded me from the inside out, and even like affected my memory. So I didn't even remember the people that I had worked on days prior to try to like track where this came from. I couldn't remember. Even now thinking about it, I don't really remember a whole lot about it besides that anxiety feeling and how horrible it was until the attachment was removed.
Well,
And
actually, I have somebody, whoever, God or whatever, comes to me and says, "This person needs your help. You got to go in and get this." And it's a lot of the light workers that I have to do that with. And it's in the morning that they want me to do before that person has their day, because they want it done before y'all go into healing or working with the other people, because they want you to be able to do your job. So that's how I get my information, is such and such needs your help. They have a negative entity, and or there's a negative entity that's in a group you've got to get rid of. And that's how. And the last one that I dealt with, that one actually, I did have a lot of help from a guy that helps me, that's in Nova Scotia, that's kind of leading me through what my next assignment on all this is, because he says we're becoming more of a beacon of light out there, so we are attracting more negative entities and stronger ones. And he kept calling them the royals, that they will come and attach. He says all the normal ones that are negative entities are kind of gone because we've gotten rid of them, so now they're sending in a stronger forces.
yeah, it was just something very, very different than what I was used to. Now, me having my practice the way I do, I was able to find lessons in it and understand what needs to heal and how to grow from that and what it was trying to show me, or where, because it was only able to attach because I had some sort of low frequency somewhere. Although when I talked to you, I think from your perspective, you were like, nope, you didn't do anything. It had nothing to do with you.
It didn't. It's just that they're sending in higher negative entities because our beacon of light is higher.
And so for me, my lesson in that was amp up my security.
Right.
Beef up my security there. So start calling in those archangels on a daily basis and a nightly basis, rather than only when I'm working with clients or need guidance kind of basis. Just make sure that I have them around all the time and just be aware of my space. And so there was a lot of different things there for me. But this wasn't just an attachment for me. This was an attack on an entire group.
Yes.
That I ended up somehow coming into contact with that group of light workers, and then that's how it attached in. And it was just something so different for me that I didn't even perceive it. Seems strange because I've been perceiving these things for forever. And I mean, I knew it was there. I knew something was there, but it was so shrouding, almost like it could pull something over your eyes, but it was on the inside. Like there was wool on the inside of my third eye kind of thing, is kind of how that felt.
Right.
So.
Okay. And then just talk briefly about personal negative entities and their soul and that. So people can kind of understand the difference, because right now everybody's out there going, oh no, I'm being attacked. And it's not quite like that. So, but there is the personal part that you have to work on also. So you want to talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, that's kind of what I work with my clients, and even some of the other healers and teachers and myself, because that's part of my practice, is when these things happen, understanding what part of you they're trying to show you, what part of you is low vibrating or still wounded, that you can turn into personal power. So if we have some sort of wounding or trauma or something that we've gone through that's caused our vibrations to be really low, even if it's something as simple as being overworked or having a lack of joy or gratefulness, or just kind of skating through life without really fully embracing life, little things like that, that our vibrations can't get as expansive or large or high as they could be able to. And so when we have something else come in that matches that frequency, then it can attach. I like to see it as like matching puzzle pieces. If something in my mind or emotions wounds me, I have this piece cut out within my energy field all of a sudden. And this is just for an example. But then if something else comes along that has that same frequency, that little puzzle piece can match right into my little puzzle piece. And now suddenly I have this attachment waving around me. And then that's causing more low vibrations, and it's causing physical illness and mental thoughts and things like that that shouldn't be happening. And then suddenly everything just looks even more dreary, and we might be seeing sadness and depression and anxiety and things like that. So really the best way to release this and make sure that these attachments don't come back again is through changing the shape of your own puzzle piece, by raising your own personal vibrations, regardless of what anything else does around you. You know, people can be sending you negative energy all day long, but if you don't have a puzzle piece within you to match that negative vibration, it can't attach to you. It just can't. That's right. Like your own first line of defense, like what we were talking about. It kind of can just fall off. So that's what I help clients with.
And that's kind of the difference of the two of us. Mary works with all those different pieces. I go in and get rid of whenever there's like a stopping point and we think there might be an implant or a big negative entity attached to that implant. That's what I get rid of. I'm like the surgeon, and Mary's like the medical doctor. You spend several sessions with her, and I'm like the one time or two visit person where I just get rid of it, and then she takes over, and then that person can ascend. And now she is also removing implants and taking over a little bit of that part of what I do, because I think they're wanting me to do other things, which I'm not quite sure yet what all that's entailing. I know I'm going through a lot of changes right now.
Yet?
What's that?
I said, you're not sure yet? You literally just moved across the country.
No, not definitely. And actually, I mean, I've been told that I'm here to help to heal the root chakra. Well, this is me. How can I help heal the root chakra? And so I don't know. I think, they're going to let me get a little used to, and they're settling me in. I mean, because when I was coming here, they kept saying, we're opening your knowledge. We're opening your knowledge. And then when I got closer, it said, your knowledge is open. And I'm going, wow, I don't feel any different. And so then I went like 6 hours without being able to talk on the cell phone. I could text. And they said that was my incubation time. So anyway, I don't know fully yet. I'm sure I will, but I still moved across the country to work with the ETs. So work with the Lemurians here. And so I'm excited, whatever it might be. Right now I'm going through all the human stuff with, my car accident, hitting a deer, totaling my car, having to get a new car, having to find a place to live. So I'm dealing with a lot of human stuff right now. So I'm ready to move on.
But those removal of those implants is really important as well, because not only did they cause negative vibrations or lower vibrations, but they block us from being able to get to higher vibrations. So even if you are doing the work, if you have that implant in there, you still can't reach your full capacity or potential.
Right. And it gives that negative entity direct access to that energy. So you can't
or wherever.
Yeah, it stops you. You can't move on from that. So you have to get rid of that negative implant, that negative entity, to be able to move up higher vibrational and ascend. So so we're going to stop talking about negative entities at this point. So we just wanted to educate y'all a little bit about it, because I know it's a little confusing subject. So anyway, we're going to go to the community questions. First, let's see, our question, which I love this question. This was from Hurricane 4-1. I think it's 4-1. I wrote it down. Remote handwriting. Anyway, she wants to know about the Roadrunner. She saw Roadrunner, and she wants to know about it being a spirit animal. So, go ahead, Mary. You talk about it.
I think
I got the question. What kind of spirit animal is a Roadrunner? One showed up in my yard. I live in a small city. There you go.
So that's Hurricane Roadrunner.
Oh, Hurricane Force 1. That's what it is. Hurricane Force. That's a cute name. Yeah. Go ahead, Mary. Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I keep getting to deeper and deeper levels of the story. With the Roadrunner, obviously, I think the first thing that we're looking at is its speed. You know, if we think about how fast it can run, so about being able to adapt quickly and move through different scenarios quickly. But I think there was one specific thing that we kind of honed in on for that specific person.
Yeah, stalling, pursuing your dreams.
Yes. Stop stalling the pursuit of your dreams. But what might be stalling the pursuit of the dreams could be could be something around being overly serious about it. So maybe just infuse it with a little bit of fun and play and lightheartedness. Just knowing it's part of your destiny, it's your dreams. So just go for it and have fun with it.
Yeah, I'm getting that she's getting into the details and not having fun with it.
Don't personally attack me today.
Oh, you? What? Is that you?
I think that's the last thing Susan Lynn said to me was, you're paying too much attention to the little details of what you're creating, and they're telling you just to go do. And I did, and it worked. It opened up my writer's block right away.
I do remember that. Y'all have to go and look at her on Susan Lynn, but I do remember that at the end. But this is also for hurricane force that I feel like she's getting caught up in the details too. Like she's going, I got to do this, I got to do this, got to do this. And she's moving it like a roadrunner's pace, doing all this stuff. And yet she's supposed to stop and have some fun because all that she's doing is making her stalling her pursuit of whatever it is she's doing. I hope that resonates with you, hurricane force, and I love your name. I'm going to guess you're on the East Coast with that name. But okay, well, here's the next question. It comes from Wendy. And Wendy, she's got a long one, and this is great. Okay, hi, Dr. Gail. Hi, Mary. I am not crazy, nor am I making this up. I don't know how many times I've heard that said, and I'm not so sure how many times I've said it myself. Yes. This has been on my mind forever, and I have never really had anyone to talk to about this, and most people I tell just laugh. In or around the early 80s, I had a series of dreams of being abducted and studied, etc. There was a human present as the aliens did not talk, and he would tell me what was being done. Long story short, at the end of it all, the Greys told me I was not ready, and in 40 years I would no longer be on Earth. Well, I'm still here, and I have always wondered what this meant. Are they coming back? Are they with me now? Oh, so many questions. Laugh out loud. Any thoughts or opinions would be appreciated. Thank you. So, you want to start?
No.
Okay, Wendy. Well, the 40 years first thing, just throw that out the window because time is not linear for them. We have so many timelines happening at the same time. So I'm not sure why they even gave you that number because it really doesn't apply to the Greys, the ETs. That really doesn't apply to them. Being abducted and studied, both Mary and I got a little bit of a negative part on that. We didn't really like the feel of that. And I don't think those Greys are here anymore that did that, but I do feel that you've got Greys watching over you now, and they are with you, and I feel like they are actually protecting you, and they're making sure that that never happens to you again.
And I was telling Gail that when I was doing my journey work this morning, some Greys showed up, and I didn't expect to see. So there are some extra Greys around. What is your feeling, Gail, that this could be visions or remembrances from a past life abduction?
I see her as a human when she gets abducted. I mean, it could be in another human life, but I see her in a human form when this is happening to her. So
because we're picking up a lot of negative energy from that time, but tapping into her now, we're feeling a lot of positive energy and like they're here to protect her. And then there was also that 40-year thing that we weren't sure about. But there was something around that man.
Yeah, well, those Greys that did the abductions and they're not here anymore. They're gone. They're not even around on Earth anymore. Right. They've gone back to wherever they came from. So we're not really dealing with them now, but I feel like the gray, or they could be gray hybrids, are actually making sure that never happens to her again,
Mm-hmm.
that they are around. That's what I get.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you get? Anything else?
No, I was just saying, so something around that man felt very negative to me, but then even putting that together with those grays not being around to do that anymore, and even the ghost dance card that I pulled a little bit ago, to me that kind of resonated with maybe this being a past life vision of something that happened. And so something within her young self or energy field might have been mourning that life, or mourning whatever happens in that life. And that man, it was possible that he was an ancestor of some sort.
Yeah, I would agree. I do think he was ancestor, and also, I'm not sure she's ready for this. I kind of got that she's a hybrid, that she is a gray hybrid, but she looks human, and I got a real strong feeling on that, and I'm not sure if you got that feeling also, but I think you've got your family that's with you now, that is watching you and making sure you're okay.
And I think they're about at this space where they're ready to make contact.
Yeah. Yeah. So I know that's a lot of information, Wendy, and I hope we didn't totally freak you out about it. So, all right. Well, I'm going to look at the questions here. I'm pulling up my other phone. I'm looking at my other phone, and Gino's saying she loved your video with Susan Lynn. She learned so much, and she feels she could really benefit from a session with you. So, Sunny Intuition saying she's telling that you're amazing. Sharon, thank you. She's putting out the channel. Let's see. Butterfly Kisses Healing. She agrees. Mary it was great together with Susan Lynn. Chris, I don't make a gratitude list, but say and pick things throughout the day that I'm grateful. Chris, I have so many people who say that, but there's something about writing it, physically writing your gratefulness. We all do say things that we're thankful for during all day, but there's something about writing it and physically putting it down on paper. Oh, how do you feel about that, Mary? I always tell people they need to write it.
I feel like that kind of works between our masculine and feminine sides as well, because our intuitive side and our feminine side is grateful for all the beauty around us and all the sacredness around us, so we can be in the present moment and be grateful for getting to be in Gail's presence, and to be grateful for any number of things that we're seeing or feeling or sensing. But to put that into action within the masculine side, it comes down to speaking it, to writing it down, to doing something very action-based and very tangible within this realm. So it moves it from a thought or emotion into the physical world. So that actually heightens that vibration even further. I would agree with you.
Yeah, I really think, Chris, it's going to really change if you actually start writing down. You only have to write 3 things down that be effective. I mean, you could write more, but just start off with 3 that you physically write down, and just continue the daily part, being grateful for everything. Okay. Let's see. Spirit
I don't
Watcher.
have the comments, so I'm just waiting on Gail.
Yeah, I've got the comments, and we are a little. Well, that's me. That's mostly the handicapped here with this technology. And as I said, new excuse. The Lemurians did it. That's what everybody says around here. The Lemurians are interfering, or no, they say the Lemurians are working. So that means our technology is not as efficient. The Lemurians are working. So, all right, Spirit Watcher Suzanne, are there signs of an attachment for those of us that are less experienced with the spiritual realm? And I knew this would probably bring up some of those kind of questions. Spirit Watcher Suzanne and Mary, you want to answer that one?
She wants to know like the signs of an attachment.
Right.
Right. So during an attachment, because it's kind of like a matched vibration or a matched puzzle piece, you may not always sense something right away, but it might be a deepening of something that you already have. So if you carry a little bit of sadness on a daily basis anyways, this might turn into a full-blown depression, or not wanting to get up, or, we're always looking for things like depression, anxiety, low motivation, feeling drained all the time, maybe even starting to get physically sick, having nightmares, Your thoughts will become skewed, sometimes even fearful, as if you feel like something's watching you or something's with you, or like you're having thoughts that don't feel normal to you or don't feel like your own. So anytime you're feeling those things, it's always good just to get a little check in and see if we have an implant, if we have an attachment. Because even if not, it's still good to get checked, because chances are you have something in there that's trying to work its way out.
Right. I agree, Spirit Watcher Suzanne. It is that if you're having problems with depression and just can't get over it, I mean, we all go through some depression, but if you get down and you're continually depressed and have anxiety and even suicidal thoughts, especially, that's actually giving you some negative vibrations that they're feeding off of, and they don't want you to move on. To go to a higher vibration. So that's where we come in to get rid of that and do some work on it. And it can be something that you just recently got attachment, or something that you could be working from childhood with. Anything else? Good. Hope that helped, Spirit Watcher Suzanne. Mary V, what a gift you provide for light workers in need. Wait, yes, both of us. Thank you, Marie. She's just saying, what a gift you provide for light workers in need. So, yes, we're out there helping them all. Let's see. Juno, I call in the archangels before I even set my feet on the floor every morning. It makes a huge difference. Yes, I think a lot of people have that practice. I usually wait a few more minutes before I do. I need to do that practice myself. I do feel like I do have Archangel Michael with me all the time, and I have Metatron with me all the time now since I've been starting this work, protecting all the light workers. They both have come in big in force to back me. And so I feel like they naturally came to me because I do get that message on who needs help. And I usually try to go in and get rid of it before they even start their day. Of that day, so they can do their work and help other light workers or other people. So, and how about you, Mary? Do you call them the archangels first thing in the morning? Oh, I mean, they're always here for me, but I probably should address it.
You're saying that, I'm over here going.
What was that?
I said, you said you call them in before your feet hit the ground, and I'm just over here just scratching my head like, no, I probably.
Oh, I don't know. No, that's what Juno says.
Yeah.
Mine are always here, and I'll wait till meditation and that's probably about 30 minutes later after I get up. But no, maybe. But I mean, they're always here. I mean, I feel like they're always here, and they might.
I always feel like they're here. I mean, I know my guides are around me all of the time because they're a part of me. Right. They're who I am. So I always feel that and sense that. And I usually don't call on the archangels themselves until I feel like they're needed in certain sessions or around my home at night. I do it every single night before bed because I clear my house energetically every single night before bed, and I hold all of my family members within a certain light before bed, and that's when I call in the archangels. I feel like a lot at night, and that's just the way I'm intuitively guided to do it. But I know that some people need that extra energy around a lot, especially if they're working through things or wanting that extra protection. And sometimes they're just friends and buddies, and it feels good to talk to Michael as soon as you wake up.
Speaking of, I had Sally. You said you were looking for Sally today, and she's been with me all day today.
See, this is why we can't be distant. I'm sitting here with her crystal waiting for her to show up, and then I get these grays, which is fine because they obviously belong to someone on the show. But then you're over there with Sally. Well, tell her I said hello.
Well, she came to me because I saw 2 deer this morning. And, of course, I remember hitting that deer, and I've been apologizing about hitting that deer and that deer dying. I've been very apologetic about that. And when she shows up, and I'm apologizing to her because the deers are descended from her. Mm-hmm. And so she has shown up, and those 2 deers were there saying that she was on her way because she showed up immediately after those 2 deers showed up. And there she was. And I was sitting there going, oh, I'm so sorry, Sally. I hit that one of your people or whatever. And then she was calming me, and she was saying, oh, that's okay. That life of that deer was ready to go on. We need them such and such place. I mean, she was real comforting, saying it was okay. It was time for that deer's life to end. So that was very comforting from her. this morning for me, because I do feel bad about that deer's life. I mean, I hit it. So it did not survive, nor did my car. So,
Well, I'm glad she came to you then. You obviously needed her.
yeah, and she's still here with me. But she always shows up, she shows up, and Matt Kai, both of them show up for all my readings and YouTube channel stuff. And then whenever I'm doing the protection or whatever work that I'm going with negative entities, that's when, well, they're all here. Metatron and Archangel Michael, especially when they first started showing up, I kept going, why are y'all here? Why are y'all here? Go, okay, then I got
this room. We're getting crowded.
then I got my next assignment. So, all right, now Sharon Sipes says, Dr. Gail, do you have Mary's link? And I'm not sure. I'm guessing that's the email address or link.
The website link.
Okay. Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and say that again?
It's www.therusticraven.net. So that's THERUSTICRAVEN.net. Therusticraven.net.
There we go. Yay. Okay.
There's your link.
Okay. Well, when Gina's talking about calling it our angels, she says she went through a very traumatic time, but all she had to reach out to were the angels and guides. I have welcomed them into every moment of my life and night now. Well, you're so special, Juno. I imagine they're around you all the time. So I'm glad. And I'm also glad to see you starting your YouTube channel.
Ooh.
Yeah, she has. And it's very special how she does it. She's wearing gloves, doing cards. You got to look at it. Yeah. It's great. So, Juno, you want to put up there what's your YouTube channel? How everybody can see that. Juno Spear. That's what her new name is. So anyway, it's great. It's great. I love the gloves. So White Dragon, the best thing against dark entities is shielding, specifically 3 concentric shields. Right royal drakes get powdered at first sign of aggression. It's best to raise personal vibration. Well, he's out there also protecting everybody. He is also out there getting rid of these negative entities. He does it differently than I do. I'm kinder, I think. He powders them. And I just capture them and then deliver them. And anyway, so we do it a little bit differently. I don't powder them. I just take care of them and send them to a different place if they don't want to increase their vibration, if they don't want to join me. So,
what's talking about a personal shielding, like an auric shield?
He's saying 3 concentric shields.
Okay, so I have something. It's not like 3 concentric shields, but it's a rite that we do from the Peruvian lineage that we call the bands of power. And it's woven energy bands around the body that connects through each of the chakras. And what it does is, since your chakras actually act as filters for everything that you receive energetically, these bands covering that, they turn all of the energy that hits it into elementals. So earth, air, water, and fire that then feed the chakra system. So everything that we're picking up, all the energy that's hitting us from the world around us, becomes something that can feed our chakra system in some way. And of course, they all have different vibrations. So fire will feed a certain action center, and water, mulching something into water will feed a certain emotional center. The earth will feed some other, and air is the thought center. So they all just kind of feed the chakra system in certain ways. So that's an extra line of defense. So and a lot of people use like energetic bubbles. They can see
that's what I do. I'm in an energetic bubble, and I only allow the higher vibrational beings and things in. That's Michael that puts that around me.
Yeah, but so I like to use bubbles too.
Yeah, I'm used to bubbles because even when I was going on the spaceships for the first time, I was putting bubbles because my vibrational level was not high enough to match theirs, and I was getting sick, so they were protecting me then. So I'm kind of used to the bubble.
Yeah, I like the bubbles too. I don't always keep my body in the bubble, but I always like to keep my workspace, like the whole house, above the house and under the house, and also my home space in a bubble.
Yeah.
So
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. What's the next? Um, I'm looking. Sorry. Go ahead and pull a card, Mary, while I look.
okay, I was gonna do a dance.
Okay, you can do a dance too.
I
You can
was
do a dance.
doing a dance. I was doing a dance. Doing a dance. I'm gonna grab my other cards.
Okay. Well, I have cards. Okay.
I can't use your cards.
I know I'm used to having my cards with me so you could play with them. And okay, I see that Chris MK said I had a low vibrational energy get me a couple of weeks ago. Got so depressed when I never, and which I never do. Took all day to figure out. Used the 6 calls from the Soul Contracts book. Poof, gone. Yay for you, Chris. If the Soul Contracts book, can you put a little bit more about that in the chat box so people know what that is? Yeah, good for you. And I think people would like to know a little bit more about that Soul Contracts book. So anyway, are you ready for the card?
This is the Caterpillar card. And with the Caterpillar card, essentially what this is talking about is your dreams and destiny. But it's telling you to take on something new. You know, it's saying this is really a time of transformation, a time of opportunity for you. And the only way for you to be able to tap into that transformation and opportunity is to get out of the mundane, to get out of your comfort zone. Anything that feels familiar to you, you're going to have to step away from it in order to reach your opportunity and your transformational state. Gail, is this card for you? I feel like it might be for all of us. Who knows?
It might be wrong.
Well, there's a certain amount of lunacy that comes with this because it doesn't look rational to the rational mind.
Wow. Nothing's rational about on here. No, I am experiencing the big human part of it, you know. But here's something interesting. And I find this because okay. Spirit Watcher Suzanne, she's the one we talked about the Grays. And she just heard a male voice say, "Oh shit." And I think what I'm getting, Spirit Watcher Suzanne, is that voice was that guy, and he knows he's been found, and he's going to have to go. That's what I'm getting. What are you getting?
As you were saying that, an entire pack, like an entire group of cards fell out of the pack. And when I'm looking at them, we're looking at Eyes of the Eagle. So 1, looking above the mundane, coming to that higher vision like you just did. Then the Dream Thief. How has that person now been identified as stealing your dreams? Or how have we been refusing our inner call because of the blockages or because of certain things in our lives? The Fool's Embrace. Now that we see what's been blocking us from that, from our dream and from our destiny, and how we've been being held back for these lifetimes or whatever, and now we can see them, it's time to transmute our pain. It's time to go ahead and just embrace that part of ourselves and start something new, because the Fool is that new space.
Okay, keep on going, Mary. I'm going in and get this thing away from her.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we have the Garden of Venus coming up right after that. And that's rest and renewal, getting to essentially that space of beauty and of love, the Garden of Eden, but with Venus, so that's beauty. We're reaching that space finally. And then at the end, we get the Watchers, or transpersonal space. And this, I don't know if you can see that, but this, I'm not even going to fully define this card where it's related to you and everything that this is trying to tell you, because I feel like this has a lot to do with future and destiny and ancestors and all of these people who are coming in, and the big power and the big space that you're going to be holding coming into the future. So that was a lot. I'm not going to shuffle my deck when people are asking questions anymore. because they'll end up with 6, 7 card answers.
Okay. All right. This is a stubborn entity. He's fighting with me. So keep on going because I will win. So keep on going with let me give you another question because I've got to go in and get this thing. It's Wendy saying she's not freaked about it yet. Okay, good. Let's see. All right, anybody want, let's see, because I've got to go get this thing since he's been found out. He's going to be acting up and give her some issues because we found him. Let me find another question for you while I'm going in and getting this. Polynesians call Lemuria the land of Mu.
Gail, I think there might be a sacred contract for her to break between him and herself.
Yeah, she's going to need to see you after I get rid of it because you're going to need to work on
issues. Yeah.
Because he is very attached.
Well, another part of that transpersonal card is to stop doing. You know, we can do and do and do and do with so much action. And then essentially what that's going to end up doing is we're going to be expending all of our creative energy for nothing. So really reserve your energy for fighting that battle and for clearing these spaces.
All right, Wendy, I need your help. I need you to just take a piece of paper out and start writing everything in the world or anything in your house that you're grateful for, because this guy does not want to leave. So you've got to raise your vibration right now. Sunny Intuition wants to know if she has an attachment. Immediately I'm going no, but you can check it out.
I didn't pick one up. About this person, that gratefulness thing that Gail's wanting you to write. Also write things you're grateful for about your own personal self, like your personal body, your personal personality, your characteristics, things like that, because there's a lot going on around that solar plexus space and your personal power that's trying to be blocked there.
Thank you, Wendy. You're helping me.
Well, while Gail's doing that, I pulled another card that's called the Witness, the Witness, the Witness. And I really like the Witness card because the Witness is kind of where we get to sit back out of ourselves and become the observer. So this kind of moves into that transpersonal card where we're not doing and doing and doing, but we just get to be and reserve our creative energy for where it's actually needed in the spiritual realm and within what we're trying to build and create as our destiny. So the Witness observes without engaging in action by cultivating inner stillness. And this is how we can assess any situation from a higher perspective in order to make better decisions, kind of tapping into that third space, the space of stillness, and seeing the pure truth without emotion pulling us this way or that way. So we can be present for someone else's difficulties when we're still. We can give better advice when we're still, when we're not worried about this or that or ourselves. We can be an empty vessel for them and just observing without judgment what's happening and what's going on.
Thanks, White Dragon. I can feel your energy helping me. He's gone. I've got him now. Wendy, but this is going to be a wound that's going to need to be healed because he was so strong. But he's gone now. I delivered him elsewhere. And he is fighting the whole way. So anyway, Wendy, you should start feeling better. That's gone. You should be able to start raising your vibration now. And thanks, White Dragon. I felt you coming in to help me. Okay. All right. He's gone. He's gone. He's been delivered. I'm not going to tell you where I delivered him to. but he's gone, and he will be going to school, is what I'm telling him. He's going to go to school. Oh, what kind of school do you call it?
A correctional facility?
Not a correctional facility, but that kind of idea. He's going
A
to go
reformation type school?
something like that. Yeah, he's going to go to school and look at what he's done, or anyway. So anyway, he is gone, and it would be great for you if you could make an appointment with Mary to kind of heal that area that was you had it, why it came in attachment, because it was draining your solar plexus. So anyway, so gone in and did a little bit of healing of that solar plexus. But as I said, I'm usually like the surgeon. I get rid of it, and then Mary's the medical doctor who then takes care of the healing and that part. But I appreciate you. You obviously were doing, helping me with trying to raise your vibration by being grateful. And thank you, White Dragon. You came in to help me also. And he was stubborn. So let's see, where are we going to go next? Didn't expect to go there, but I knew I had to get him because he had been found. Let's see.
One thing I did want to say about that, and you can look for another question if you want to, I'm just going to mention this to the person, is that maybe the reason that he was fighting so hard and there was so much trouble releasing it from the solar plexus space is there might be something or some story you're holding on to about your past or about your ancestors or about your family or about your life in general that is letting define parts of your personality. Like, well, this is how we are, who we are.
He's been with her all her life.
Right. So it's like something that's deeply implanted within your mind where we're thinking that this is how I am. This is who I am. This is how my family is. And so we need to release that story and know that that's not just how things are for you. And once you can release that, it'll make things easier.
Wendy says, I was told in my mind's eye, surround myself with white light to protect myself from negative beings. I guess that is like a protective bubble. Yeah, we all have different ways, Wendy. Yeah, it's just whatever you're comfortable with. I'm the bubble girl. I like my bubbles.
I like that. I'm going to call you that from forever on.
Bubble girl.
The BG.
I have to start chewing the popping bubbles. Okay, let's see. Sunny intuition. I was meditating one day and all of a sudden I heard a really loud male voice singing in a strange language I've never heard before. Who was that? I was told it was a guide. Was it an ET guide?
Why is the word Anunnaki coming into my brain right now?
I don't know.
It is some foreign ancient language.
It was ancient also is what I'm getting. I'm sure exactly. I'm not really getting that it was an ET, but Anunnaki would be an ET or maybe an old human form. I'm not. That's a little confusing for me. You go ahead with this, Mary, because I'm just not getting that it was an ET. I'm getting that it was like a past ancestor.
That's really all I heard. I just heard that one word pop into my head, and for some reason, I'm feeling a lot of Egyptian energy. So I feel like ETs and different things like that were kind of present at that time, but that's also the evolution between Atlantis and Lemuria and Egypt and all that, those spaces. So it might have been pre-ET the way we're used to feeling that kind of energy, but it's something very, very old and very, very ancient, kind of back to the beginnings of time. So you might just want to look into that or like Google that space and see if that resonates with you a little bit or if any other messages come through.
Yeah, that was good. All right, Starfish wants to know, Mary, what do I need you to work on with me at our guest sessions? Can you give her a little, I'm not sure, I think your sessions are so personal. I don't know if you want to say that on out in public.
I'd actually even have to still look at the chart even to even know what we're working on. And actually, I don't know why I said that, because most of the time, I mean, I do have the charts, but most of the time we just kind of go with what's with the energy field right then. So I wouldn't say what we would work on next, but just connecting in with your energy now. I feel like there's something right there at the base of the heart space. So we might be opening you up to being more vulnerable, allowing, all of this show today, we were talking about more protection, but the reality of it is a lot of the time we have to, within our heart space and connectivity and oneness, we have to come to a space of surrender and vulnerability within our heart, just to be able to reach higher vibrations and to trust in the universe. And there's a lot around trust there. So that's kind of the space I'm seeing, is softening the heart space, letting down our walls, and really bringing trust in the universe into your life a little bit.
Okay. Well, when you're saying, will I feel better? Well, I feel better knowing those ETs are now gone. I'm feeling ready to meet some positive ones. I saw my first UFO at age 5. Well, Wendy, the gray hybrids that are around you are stepping in. They were already there, and they are there to help you. So you already have the positive ones around you. So don't be too concerned, but there is some healing that needs to be done. As I'm saying, that Mary can help you with that. I've just got rid of it, but there is some healing that needs to be done. So I'm glad you're feeling better about that. But just know the ETs that are around you are really, really have loving feelings for you. So yeah, you got some good ones around you now. Okay. All right. We have just a few more minutes. We have about 4 more minutes that we're going to stay on. Let's see. Margaret says, I am so glad you made it to Mount Shasta, Dr. Gail. Welcome to the Pacific Northwest. Thank you, Margaret. I need to know how to live in snow. I don't know how to live in snow. So, and that's something different for me. But yeah, I'm waiting for the challenge. I'm here to work with the ETs. I'm supposed to be helping them. So I'm sure they're letting me get through all my human stuff before they step forward, which I have been working at night. Anyway, I'm looking forward to it. So let me see if we have something else. I'm looking through all the questions.
Hey, sexy pup pup. Look at that baby.
You can see Jezebel flirting around there. Have you seen my cat, Dirty Harriet? She hasn't come out. She's sleeping. She's finally getting used to being in here. Then, of course, in maybe 20 days, she gets uprooted and goes somewhere else. So anyway, I'm not targeting any questions right now. So I am going to let Mary pull a card for us to head on out. Give y'all
Another
message.
one.
I want you to give them a message, and I'm going to pull a card to give them a message also. And then we will just head on out. And I'm going to be pulling out of the Starseed Oracle deck.
So rather than pulling a card, I'm kind of being guided to give everyone a practice to do today and maybe the next week. And it has a lot to do with the sun. So there might be some astrological things happening on a collective level. There might be some energetic things happening that this is needed. So I'm kind of receiving the message that from the solar plexus space, it'd be important for everybody for the next week to get outside at least once a day and soak in the rays of the sun. And that's really going to help with our masculine sides, along with wisdom, observation, being the witness. And we pulled a lot of cards like that today. And also when it is time to take action, we have the wisdom to know it's time to take action and the discernment to know what action to take. But there's a lot with that about opening up our light body, with fortifying and cleansing ourselves in the light of the sun. So the practice is just getting to go out into the sun every day, putting your feet in the earth and just standing open and ready to receive the fire of the sun. And then visualizing it hitting right in your solar plexus space and just moving throughout your whole body until you can envision yourself as a full bubble of fire and light. And then just fortifying that, hugging it into yourself, and you can go on with your day. But that's just a meditative practice that I feel is a message to be given for everybody on a collective level to be able to do to raise some vibrations.
Yeah, I have to go outside regularly, and obviously it's still not enough because I'm up there. Woo! Yeah. Uh, yeah, 'cause I'm out there always walking my dogs and stuff, but I'm always getting, you need to ground, you need to ground. Why do I need to ground? I fight back a little bit. Why do I need to ground? I want to be up there, but I do. I have to be human. I have to be here. I have to be in the present. But the card I pulled is out of the Starseed Oracle deck. Let's see if you see it. And the card I pulled is Earth School. Oh, what did I just say? Earth School. And it says, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. This has exactly what Mary was talking about. You know, you need to go out, and we need to be human. I believe that was my thing yesterday on a card I pulled us. We need to be human. We need to be human. We are star seeds. We love to be in the cosmos, but we do have to experience life in our bodies. So, any last words? Thanks, Mary, for joining me.
Thank you, Gail. It was really good seeing you again. It's been a
It's good
minute.
seeing you too, Mary. Anyway, thanks everybody. Thanks, Star
Thank
Seas.
you,
Everybody.
guys. It was good seeing everybody.
Yeah, and we'll see y'all again next month. Thanks. Bye bye.